Imagine having the power to show your loved ones your true worth, not through words, but through the quiet strength of your actions. Most of us get caught up trying to explain or prove our value, but what if there's a better way? In today's video, we're diving into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to explore how you can let your actions speak louder than words. Whether you're seeking respect, love, or deeper connection, these principles will empower you to redefine how others see you and, more importantly, how you see yourself. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's uncover the secret to showing your worth with quiet confidence. 1. Know your worth. Did you know your worth is entirely in your hands? It's not determined by the likes on your latest Instagram post or the number of swipes on a dating app. Your worth isn't a popularity contest. It's rooted in how you see yourself and the values you live by. Imagine you're a rare gemstone, valuable, unique, and irreplaceable. Some people might not recognize your worth, but that doesn't diminish it. You're still the same extraordinary gem, whether someone notices or not. Think about the things that make you proud of who you are. Are you kind? Honest? Resilient? These are your true riches, the qualities that define your worth. Take a moment to reflect. Maybe you're the friend who listens without judgment or the person who brings light to a room. These virtues are like the roots of a tree, grounding you firmly even when the winds of rejection blow. When you know what you stand for, you carry yourself differently, with quiet confidence and undeniable strength. Rejection is hard, no doubt about it. We've all felt that sting, whether it's a job you didn't get or a relationship that didn't work out. But here's the thing, rejection doesn't define you. It's just someone else's perception, not the truth of your value. The Stoics believed that your worth lies in your actions and virtues, not in others' opinions. Live your life in alignment with your principles, and you'll realize that rejection is merely a detour, not a dead end. Picture this, you're at a gathering, and someone brushes past you, not giving you a second glance. Does that moment make you any less valuable? Of course not. You don't need everyone to see your worth, you just need to know it yourself. Carry that belief with you. When you truly understand your value, you'll stop tolerating nonsense, not out of arrogance, but because you respect yourself too much to settle for less. So today, remind yourself of your worth. Write down your values, your virtues, and the things that make you proud. Keep that list close. The more you focus on what makes you unique, the less you'll need validation from anyone else. In a world that constantly tries to define us, be the one who defines yourself. You're enough, just as you are. 2. Present yourself with dignity. Let's be honest, trying to impress others can feel like walking a tightrope. You adjust your words, your clothes, even your interests, hoping to win approval. But here's the truth, the people who matter aren't impressed by perfection, they're drawn to authenticity. Think about it, when was the last time you admired someone for just being unapologetically themselves? That's the magic of authenticity. It's not about being flashy, it's about being real. Respect starts with you. How you treat yourself sets the tone for how others treat you. If you constantly criticize yourself or accept less than you deserve, the world takes note. Imagine walking into a room with your head held high, not because you're arrogant, but because you know your worth. That kind of quiet confidence speaks louder than any outfit or clever line ever could. When you respect yourself, others naturally follow suit. Living with dignity doesn't mean being rigid or perfect, it means carrying yourself with integrity. Think about the friend who keeps their word, even when it's inconvenient, or the colleague who stays calm under pressure. These are the people who leave lasting impressions, not because they're trying to, but because they're grounded in who they are. That's the kind of energy that draws people to you, not desperation, but a steady sense of self. Here's a simple example, picture two people on a date at a coffee shop. One is trying so hard to impress, fancy clothes, over-the-top stories, the whole 9 yards. The other? Relaxed, genuine, just being themselves. Who leaves the better impression? The one who's comfortable in their own skin. That's the power of dignity. It's not about putting on a show, it's about showing up as your true self. So, start today. Present yourself with the dignity you deserve. Be proud of who you are, quirks and all. Set boundaries, honor your values, and walk with confidence. When you do, you're not just telling the world you deserve respect, you're showing it. And that kind of self-assuredness, it's irresistible. 3. Limit access. In a world where instant replies and constant availability are the norm, it can feel radical to step back and set boundaries. But here's the thing, your time, energy, and emotions are valuable resources. Treat them like treasures, not something to give away freely. Think of it like this, if you leave the gates wide open, anyone can walk in, but when you limit access, only those who truly value you will earn their way in. Being selective doesn't mean playing games, it's about self-respect. You wouldn't let just anyone into your home, so why would you let everyone into your heart? When you're intentional about where you invest your energy, you naturally create space for meaningful connections. It's not about being cold or distant, it's about finding balance between being open and discerning. You deserve relationships that add depth to your life, not drain it. Imagine this, someone texts you at midnight, expecting you to respond immediately. Do you drop everything, or do you protect your peace? The Stoic way would be to calmly assess, does this align with your values? By choosing when and how to respond, you're sending a powerful message, I value my time, and I choose to spend it wisely. That kind of boundary doesn't push people away, it teaches them how to treat you. Limiting access also means not revealing everything at once. Think of yourself as a great novel, let others discover your story one chapter at a time. Rushing to share everything can overwhelm or undervalue the mystery that makes you unique. Instead, let your depth unfold naturally. True connections are built on patience, not immediacy. So, take a moment to reflect, where are you pouring your energy? Are you giving too much, too fast, to people who haven't earned it? Start protecting your space. Be selective. When you respect your time and emotional energy, others will, too. And the people who truly value you, they'll appreciate the care and consideration you bring to every interaction. That's how you build relationships that truly matter. 4. Show, don't tell boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't about delivering a grand speech, it's about how you live and act every single day. Anyone can say, I won't tolerate disrespect, but the real power lies in demonstrating that through your choices. Actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to boundaries, they're your strongest statement. Imagine this, you value honesty, and someone lies to you. Do you let it slide with a warning, or do you address it calmly and hold them accountable? That moment defines your boundary, not the words you said, but how you handled the situation. By standing firm, you're sending a clear signal, I respect myself too much to accept anything less than what aligns with my values. That kind of self-respect is magnetic. Boundaries don't always need dramatic gestures, they're often revealed in the small, everyday choices. Think of a friend who habitually cancels plans last minute. Do you brush it off repeatedly, or do you start protecting your time by gently stepping back from one-sided commitments? These little moments are where your actions quietly assert what you will and won't accept. Mindfulness plays a key role here. Stay present and intentional in how you respond to boundary crossings. Ask yourself, am I reacting in a way that aligns with my values? If you let things slide too often, your boundaries blur, and others will follow suit. But when your actions consistently reflect your principles, people notice, and they adjust. Living your boundaries isn't about being inflexible or confrontational, it's about integrity. You're not just enforcing rules, you're teaching others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So the next time your boundary is tested, take a breath, stay grounded, and let your actions do the talking. Because when you honor your own limits, the world honors them too. 5. Be ready to walk away. Walking away isn't giving up, it's choosing yourself. It's recognizing when a relationship no longer aligns with your values and having the courage to say, "This isn't for me." That's not weakness, it's strength. Staying in something that compromises your worth out of fear or loneliness only traps you. Leaving. That's freedom. Think about a time when you felt stuck in a situation that didn't feel right. Maybe it was a relationship where your boundaries were ignored, or a connection where you felt undervalued. Staying might have seemed easier, but deep down, you knew it wasn't what you deserved. Walking away isn't about giving up on people, it's about refusing to give up on yourself. When you choose to leave what doesn't serve you, you create space for something better, something that aligns with your values and worth. It's like clearing clutter from your life, only then can you see the opportunities waiting to unfold. Yes, it's scary to step into the unknown, but as the Stoics teach us, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. Imagine this, you're in a relationship, and your partner consistently undermines your values. You've communicated, you've tried, but nothing changes. Staying would mean compromising who you are. Walking away means honoring your worth. And when you do, you're not just saying no to what's wrong, you're saying yes to what's right for you. Leaving isn't a failure, it's a choice. A powerful one. It's a declaration that your self-respect comes first. So the next time you feel the pull to stay in something that diminishes your worth, take a breath and remember, you're not walking away because you're weak, you're walking away because you're strong. And that strength will lead you to something far greater than what you left behind. 6. Focus on actions, not words. Words are easy. Promises can be made in seconds, and sweet talk can make your heart race. But if those words aren't backed up by actions, what do they really mean? True character reveals itself in what people do, not what they say. It's actions, not words, that show you who someone really is. Picture this, someone tells you they'll always be there for you, but when you need them most, they're nowhere to be found. It stings, doesn't it? Now think of the quiet friend who doesn't make grand promises but shows up every single time without fail. That's the power of consistent actions. It's not about grand gestures, it's about showing up and following through. Consistency is the foundation of trust. A person who aligns their actions with their words is someone you can rely on. But when actions and words don't match, it's a red flag. Maybe they say they care but consistently cancel plans. Or they promise honesty but hide things from you. Pay attention to these patterns, they tell you more than words ever could. The Stoics teach us to observe and be rational. Take your time. Don't get swept away by charm or promises, instead, let people show you who they are over time. Watch how they act under pressure, how they treat others, and how they handle challenges. These moments reveal their true intentions far more than their words ever will. Protecting yourself doesn't mean being cynical or distrustful, it means being wise. Look for consistency between what someone says and what they do. Let actions guide your judgment. Because when you focus on behaviors rather than empty promises, you're not just protecting your heart, you're building relationships based on honesty, trust, and respect. And that's worth waiting for. 7. Healthy skepticism. In a world full of charming words and big promises, healthy skepticism is your best ally. It's not about doubting everything or being cynical, it's about staying grounded, questioning what you hear, and observing what you see. It's the art of balancing your emotions with logic, so you don't overlook the red flags waving quietly in the background. Picture this, you meet someone who seems perfect. They say all the right things, paint a picture of an incredible future, and you find yourself swept up in the whirlwind. It's exciting, sure, but pause for a moment. What do their actions say? Are they following through on those words? Healthy skepticism whispers, slow down. Let time reveal the truth. Emotions can cloud judgment, we've all been there. You want to believe the best in someone, but rushing in without clarity can lead to heartbreak. The Stoics remind us to use reason alongside feelings. It's not about building walls but gently testing the foundation before you invest your heart. Observe how they treat others, handle stress, and act when things don't go as planned. These moments are far more telling than words. Skepticism doesn't mean closing yourself off, it means opening doors carefully. Get to know people at a pace that feels right. Listen to their stories, but also watch their patterns. Are they consistent? Are their actions aligned with their claims? This isn't about interrogation, it's about mindfulness and self-protection. When you embrace healthy skepticism, you're protecting your heart without hardening it. You're giving yourself the chance to connect with people who are genuine and consistent. So, stay curious, stay grounded, and remember, love isn't just what's said, it's what's shown. Trust isn't built in a moment, it's earned over time. Take that time, it's worth it. 8. The power of saying no. Saying no is one of the most powerful ways to honor yourself. It's not just a refusal, it's a statement. It says, I value myself, my boundaries, and my beliefs. When something feels wrong, when it goes against your values, or when it asks more of you than you can give, saying no is the ultimate act of self-respect. Think about the last time you agreed to something that didn't sit right with you. Maybe it was staying silent when you felt disrespected or saying yes to plans you didn't want to make. How did it feel afterward? Likely draining, maybe even frustrating. Every time you say yes to something that conflicts with your values, you're saying no to yourself. But the moment you stand firm and say no, you reinforce your worth. Saying no also sets the tone for how others treat you. Imagine being in a relationship where you're pressured into compromising your principles. Giving in might feel like keeping the peace, but it erodes the foundation of mutual respect. Saying no creates clarity. It lets others know where you stand and what you will and won't accept. That clarity isn't divisive, it builds stronger, healthier connections. This doesn't mean no is easy. It takes courage, especially when there's a risk of disappointment or conflict. But consider this, if your no pushes someone away, were they truly respecting you to begin with? The right relationships, those built on integrity and mutual respect, will grow stronger when you uphold your values. So, the next time you face a moment where something feels off, pause. Listen to that inner voice. And if it tells you to stand firm, do it. Saying no isn't about rejection, it's about choosing what's right for you. It's about building relationships that uplift you, not drain you. And in doing so, you're not just setting boundaries, you're setting the stage for a life lived with respect, dignity, and authenticity. 9. Never chase. Chasing someone who's pulling away is like trying to hold on to sand, it slips through your fingers the harder you grasp. It's not only exhausting but also a blow to your self-respect. The truth is, you don't need to chase anyone. The right people will recognize your worth without you having to convince them. Your dignity isn't something to compromise, it's your foundation. Imagine this, you're in a relationship where the other person starts to drift. Your instinct might be to close the gap, to pull them back in. But ask yourself, why should you chase someone who isn't meeting you halfway? The Stoics teach us to focus on what's within our control. You can't control someone else's feelings, but you can control how you respond. Instead of chasing, stand firm in your value and let them make their choice. Confidence is magnetic. When you stop chasing and start focusing on your own growth, your energy shifts. You're no longer seeking validation from someone else, you're building it within yourself. That kind of confidence is irresistible. It's the kind of energy that draws in the right people, those who see your worth and cherish it without needing a reminder. Letting go of the need to chase doesn't mean you don't care, it means you care enough about yourself to let things unfold naturally. Trust that if someone truly values you, they'll choose to be there. And if they don't, that's their loss, not yours. You're not losing, you're making space for someone who will match your energy and effort. So, let go of the chase. Stand tall in your dignity and self-respect. Trust that what's meant for you will come to you, not because you ran after it, but because it recognized your worth. And remember, a love built on mutual respect and appreciation is far more powerful than one built on the need to pursue. Choose confidence, not chasing, and watch how the right connections flow effortlessly into your life. 10. Embrace Stoicism in relationships. Relationships are a reflection of how you value yourself. By embracing Stoic principles, self-respect, control, and mindfulness, you create a foundation for meaningful connections. These principles aren't about suppressing emotions or being unfeeling, they're about acting with purpose, staying grounded, and letting your worth shine through in every interaction. Imagine facing a challenging moment in a relationship, perhaps a disagreement or a time of uncertainty. A Stoic response wouldn't involve impulsive reactions or emotional outbursts. Instead, it's about pausing, reflecting, and choosing actions that align with your values. It's knowing that your worth isn't tied to the outcome of one argument or moment, it's rooted in who you are and how you live. Let your self-worth guide you. When you value yourself, you naturally set higher standards for how you're treated. You'll find yourself drawn to relationships that reflect mutual respect and understanding. Think of self-worth as your compass, steering you away from connections that drain you and toward those that uplift and inspire you. Practicing Stoicism in relationships means focusing on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your responses. You can't control how others behave, but you can choose how to react. This clarity not only protects your peace of mind but also helps you grow stronger and wiser with each experience. Over time, you'll find that even difficult moments become opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. So, embrace Stoicism as a way of being in your relationships. Approach love and connection with mindfulness, treating yourself and others with respect. Let your actions reflect your values, and let your choices honor your self-worth. When you live this way, your relationships become not just about companionship, but about growth, balance, and the shared journey of becoming your best selves together. As we wrap up, remember, your worth isn't defined by someone else's approval, it's built on your virtues, actions, and how you respect yourself. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that living with dignity, setting boundaries, and embracing our inner strength can transform our relationships and our lives. If you found value in today's insights, don't stop here. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to join our journey into living with wisdom and purpose. Share this video with a friend who needs this reminder, and let's spread the power of quiet confidence together. Until next time, stay wise, stay strong, and keep embracing your inner Stoic. Cheers.